Hello, teacher, and hello, everyone. I will tell you the tale of the three brothers from my favorite movie, Harry Potter. And let's see. Let's listen. Once upon a time, three brothers were traveling at night on a lonely, winding road. The brothers came to a river too deep to ford and too dangerous to swim across. But as the three men were very skilled in the magical arts, they had but to wave their wands and made a bridge appear to span the treacherous waters. When they were halfway when they were halfway across the bridge, a hooded figure blocked their way, and Death spoke to them. She was upset because she had just lost three potential victims as normally travelers drowned in the river. But she was very clever and pretending to congratulate and the three brothers on their magical powers, to them that each one was en- entitled to a prize for having been clever enough to allow her. So the eldest brothers, who was a very combative man, asked for the most powerful magical wand in existence, a wand capable of making its owner win every duel. In short, a wand worthy of a magician who had defeated death, who had who had defeated death. Death, we went to an elder tree on the riverbank, made one out of a branch and handed it to him. Then the middle brother, who was very arrogant, wanted to humiliate Death even more and asked to be granted the power to bring the dead back to life. Death took a stone from the riverbank and handed it to him, telling him that the stone would have the powers to resurrect the dead. Finally, Death asked the youngest brother what he wanted. He was the humblest and also the most sensible of the three, and he didn't not trust her one. He didn't not her one bit. So he asked her for something that would allow him to leave that place without her being able to follow him, and that reluctant handed him his own invisible cloak. Then then the stepped aside and let the three brothers go on their way. And so they did as they remarked, marveling at adventure they had just experienced and admiring the gifts that has the gifts of the dead has given them. In due course, they parted and each headed for this destination. Then elder brother traveled on for a little over a week, and when he reached distant village, he sought out a wizard with whom he had a serious dispute. Naturally, armed with the elderberry wand, it was inevitable that he would win the duel that ensued for after killing his enemy and leaving him lying on the ground. He made his way to an inn where he boasted loudly about the powerful one when he had wrested from death itself, and how invincible he had become to thanks to it. The same night, another wizard creep of him as all the older brother lay, drunk as a skunk, in his bed, stole his wand, and for good measure slit his throat, and so it was that death took the old brother. In the meantime, the middle brother arrived home, where he lived alone. Once there, he took the stone that had the power to revive the dead, and tried in three times on his hands. To his astonishment and pleasure, he saw appear before him the figure of the girl he would have married had she not died prematurely. But the girl was sad and distant, separate from him by a kind of veil. Although she had returned to the mortal world, she did not belong to it, and therefore suffered. In the end, the man we made because of his desperate longing committed suicide in order to be reunited once and for all with his blood. And so it was the death took the middle brother. He then searched for the youngest brother for years, but never managed to find him. When the younger brother was very old, he finally took off his invisible cloak and gave it to his son, and then he received that as if were an old friend. Then he received it as if he were an old friend, and went with her willingly, and so as equals they both departed from life. And that's all.